Chapter 7.
Can't
Roth
say I'm completely
hypothesis.
convinced.
Fragments of conversation start to pierce through my own spinning thoughts.
Nor would I expect you to be, Detective.
But I'm free to look around?
Of course. We have nothing to hide.
Hara seems to be taking it all in stride.
Nou, moet hij dan.
What do you want with me then?
I understand how difficult this must be. I want you to feel you can trust us.
Huh. No chance.
How about I show you the place?
You must have a lot of questions.
No,
and
inderdaad.
I am more than happy to answer now or after you've had a look around.
Don't look at me, boss. I'm confused as you.
1,000 questions spin around in my head. I grasp at one.
Ja. Die soldiers, ja.
Your henchmen, those soldiers.
We do have tight security, but with you it was mostly for effect. The fear response is what we're after. I'm sure Maxwell explained some of that.
They've been hunting me.
Acting the part, yes. Then merely trying to bring you in safely.
By shooting at me?
Likely more paranoid hallucination. No judgment, as I said.
Dus
was
die monsters
expected.
zijn niet echt, wordt er verteld.
The bodies under the reservoir.
Simulated. To heighten the stress response and trigger the phase flip.
Bullshit. Where are the missing street kids then?
Well, most are helping us out. Here or in similar facilities. Homeless communities have been extremely helpful. We needed secrecy. People who didn't have ties. And in return were able to help them with their problems.
Could the answer be as simple as that? We were all just willing test subjects.
Kan toch niet?
These hallucinations.
I can help with those, yes. Once you're settled in, come see me.
And the others that went mad. On the streets.
People here weren't prisoners. Some gave up treatment, wanted out. Some problems run deep, and even we couldn't help.
I'll go look around myself, if that's okay with you, Doc.
Certainly.
Promise you won't shoot anyone?
If you promise not to hit anyone else over the head.
Nou, we kunnen nog meer vragen stellen, maar die dokter blijkt dus meer te weten.
And where's all this security now?
You want to know if they're about to storm in and shoot you?
I return that disarming smile with a cold stare.
This location is security enough. Something
yeah.
about nuclear waste tends to dissuade visitors. The team is
geloof ik
based
wel, ja.
in Mawson. If you wanted, you could strangle me now and walk out of here.
I fucking should. The reporter. You claim you rescued her.
Well, not with altogether altruistic intentions. We're much happier having her writing for us than about us. Until we go public, of course. She'd been tracking down my old partner Maxwell, as you know. He was, not a
Nee,
saint.
dat kun je wel zeggen, ja.
You were sane enough.
He may have seemed that way. He can be very manipulative. He killed your friend under the bridge.
What? Bill?
He would have done the same to Miss Grace and your sister later. We didn't know Bill had made contact, or we would have protected him too. You can go talk to Miss Grace yourself. She's around somewhere.
So, the man that's lived 1,000 lifetimes.
A bit of an exaggeration, though I have been with my thoughts longer than most. My mind is quite a lot older than my body.
Nou, blijkbaar.
So you've done all this before? Brought me here?
No, this is new for both of us. The pain I've brought you, this path was not one I wished to take, but my other attempts failed.
Mick, I'm dying for a coffee. How about I give you a tour? Continue this interrogation later?
Guess you can show me around, Annie.
Sure.
When you want to talk more, come find me in
Hij
my
gaat er
rooms.
vandoor.
Make yourself at home here.
Come on.
Wij moeten Annie volgen.
Alright, this place is pretty fancy.
Dat kun je
Built
wel
as a
zeggen, ja.
cylinder around the core of the original nuclear dump.
Great.
It's safe. Some kind of solid-state reactor. Dr. Roth's design. It's all controlled by a central computer, very high tech. In fact, everything's automated here. The place runs itself. Gideon likes to keep the team small. Anyway, most floors have a corridor like this, circling the core, rooms off it. You're bunking with me, room 302. Lift's this way.
Er is ook een lift, oké. We moeten haar volgen.
We're on level 3, living quarters that double as office space. Up one, you've got similar rooms in the canteen. Below are the labs and reactor. At the top is the motor pool, and a hatch to the surface if you need some fresh air. This keycard will let you in everywhere, except private quarters, of course.
Oké, we krijgen een
Let's go to the
keycard.
canteen. I'm dying for a coffee.
Ga naar de
Okay,
kantine.
after you.
Going up. This way.
Oké. Café.
He's a bit shaken up, but he'll be okay. Speak of the devil.
Wait, your brother's this jerk?
Right, you two met.
Ja, we hebben elkaar
Anyway,
ontmoet, ja.
this is the canteen. I'll show you how to get a feed.
Grace, I thought they killed you.
Mick, pay attention. Everything's automatic. Just step into this booth here. It scans you for your skin tone, BMI, works out what your body needs.
Can't I just...
Then you grab the ticket it prints. See? I got one for steak. Low iron, I bet. So if I was hungry, I put the ticket in this dispenser, and voila! Steak dinner.
Food's surprisingly
Oh,
good
hey, yo.
too.
I'll hold on to my ticket for later, but you give it a go yourself.
Okay,
I'm
but...
going back to my room now. Lot of work to do.
Annie,
Feel free to drop in later if you still have questions.
Wat gebeurt hier?
Has she always been like that?
always.
Nou, we gaan de scanner in.
I stand in the scanner as it does
Wat moet ik eten? Of drinken? Krijg een ticket?
hearty vegetable soup. How come Annie gets a steak?
Hearty vegetable soup.
Machine sucks up my ticket, starts to hum quietly, then my meal rises into view. I take the bowl and the flimsy plastic spoon it comes with. Ugh, smells healthy.
En nu heb ik een bak met soep.
I twiddle a knob and a jet of steam hisses from a nozzle.
Afraid we're out of beans.
Uiteraard. Kunnen haar ook nog wat vragen stellen? Wat doe jij hier?
How'd you end up here?
After I met you, those goons grabbed me.
Saw that.
Yeah, they hit you good. Then they took us across the lake to Dr. Roth. He was spitting when he saw they'd hurt us. Explained about the butcher, how close I came to... Well, you saw your friend Bill. That would have been me.
You really think that was Holden?
I mean, I knew the guy was off the rails from the second I talked to him. Didn't guess he was the butcher, though.
Until Roth told you.
Yeah. Asked if I'd like publishing rights. For the story, you know?
And you went for it.
Who wouldn't?
Oké.
What do you know about Roth?
Not as much as I'd like. Oh, sure, he answers all my questions. There's just nothing very juicy in it.
So you trust him?
Wish I had a reason not to.
What can you tell me about this place?
About Trinity? Well, when I publish, I'll give you
Trinity.
a signed copy.
Gee, thanks. What are your thoughts on this phase-flipping business?
Ja,
Remarkable, isn't it?
terugkomen uit
I
de
wanted to
dood.
ask, by the way, how does it feel?
It feels like dying.
Don't think my readers can relate to that. They tend to be alive.
It's not nice.
Well, even so, I think it'll make things fairer when everyone can do it. Take a lot of chance out of life, you know?
I think she's dangerously naive.
ja.
Remember asking me about people going crazy?
Sure.
So, is Trinity responsible?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
That's it? They're obviously behind it.
Yeah? Behind what, exactly?
I don't know, seeding the population with whatever's making me go nuts.
But why would they bother? They'd get nothing out of it. You're not making sense.
And folks going missing?
Well, yes, that was Trinity's doing.
But you just don't care anymore.
They asked people's help with the trials and rewarded them. Set up with housing, work. No one was disappearing, they just weren't homeless anymore.
Have you seen any of them?
Nah, trials had finished before I got here.
Convenient.
We kunnen geen vragen meer stellen. Wat is dit? Een foto.
I know this photo.
Trinity's founders.
Yeah.
Swiped it from Roth's room. I've been trying to get some background on them for my article.
Well, the one on the right is Maxwell Holden.
The Bucket Butcher. I know. I was going to go meet
Maar
him.
op die foto stonden origineel 3 personen.
You know this photo isn't complete.
Ja, want die foto
I
hebben wij
removed the
gezien.
picture from its frame. It's been cut down the middle. In the one I saw, there was a woman standing next to Roth.
Ja.
I heard there was a third founder. Any idea who she is?
None.
Damn, I can't seem to find anything about her. Show that around for me. See if you can dig anything up.
Oké. Kunnen we nog een keer eten bestellen?
I stand in the scanner as it does its thing.
Zegt hij dan dat we nog meer soep moeten eten?
It didn't work.
You've got to put your old dishes back in the dispenser or it won't give you more. Stops people leaving dirty ones everywhere, I guess.
Oké. Dus dan doen we die soep weer terug.
I place the bowl and spoon back in the dispenser and watch as it's lowered out of sight.
En dan kunnen we nieuw eten bestellen.
I stand in the scanner as it does its thing. Hearty vegetable soup.
Ik
How
wil
come Annie
steak.
gets a steak?
Nou, we zijn hier dan met haar uitgesproken. Dit kunnen we allemaal niet aanklikken. Koffiemachine is out of beans.
Where to next? I found Annie, but I've got to get us out of here.
What's stopping you? Head up top and have a look. No one's a prisoner here.
Guess I could check it out.
Head up top. Oké. Exit. Head up top. Dan gaan we met de lift. Hier zo. Up top. Er staat hier een auto bijzonder geparkeerd. En de detective is hier.
Look at this place.
Hey, boss. Quite the setup they got here.
Can we drive this out of here?
The doc said we're welcome to it.
He won't really let us leave.
So you say, boss.
Nou, misschien wel.
I've still
Geen
got to
idee.
convince Annie anyway.
Well, I'll round up supplies. Make sure this thing's not gonna break down in the middle of the desert.
Dat lijkt me goed. Een trailer.
Empty boxes, a bit of 2x4, and an old toolbox. A single screwdriver rattles around
No.
inside.
Weer een
I'll load her
schroevendraaier.
up with any supplies I
Altijd
find, so we're good
handig.
to go.
Altijd handig. Wat hebben we hier?
I peer closer. Sacks of coffee beans.
Ah!
I try to open one, but can't tear the thick hessian.
Hebben we iets scherps? Schroevendraaier.
Heavy aroma of dark coffee
Yeah.
wafts up as I poke a hole through the hessian. I grab a handful of coffee beans.
Nou, een handvol met koffiebonen. Wat hebben we hier nog meer? De ladder. Dat hebben we niet nodig.
Guess this is where they store their supplies. Know what's in all these crates?
Nothing exciting, boss. Bottled water, dehydrated foodstuffs. Want 1,000 boxes of tissues?
I'll pass, thanks.
I'll loot some supplies for the road. That controls the elevator and the doors to the surface. Don't open them, though. I'm still shaking off the sand I dumped on myself when I tried it.
But it'll work when we want to leave.
Should do, yeah.
Oké.
Guess I'll use the stairs.
Oh, dan kunnen we helemaal up top lopen. Massive blast doors.
The vertical shaft ends in a circular hatch. I squint my eyes against the stinging sand.
Er is een storm
It's really
gaande.
blowing. If I walked even a few meters from the hatch, I might never find it again.
Ja, dus, we kunnen niet naar buiten. Dus we kunnen niet naar buiten. Nou, detective, heb jij nog informatie?
So, what do you make of all this?
Good question, boss. Good question. We don't seem to be prisoners here. Oh, there's a storm above, so we may as well be. On the face of it, though, Roth's story holds up.
You're kidding, right?
Oh, something's off. I just don't know what yet.
So what's the plan?
I'm not sure there needs to be one.
You're kidding. We came here to rescue Annie. Let's do it.
Can't take her against her will, boss.
I don't believe this.
Take it easy. We're here now, in no immediate danger. It's an opportunity.
To work out what the hell is going on?
You got it, boss.
Oké.
How are we gonna get out of here?
Well, the storm up there can't last long. I'll make sure we can go in a hurry if it comes to that.
Anything you need?
Actually, a spare can of fuel would be good.
Ja,
Can't find one.
benzine nodig.
And it's a long way to the nearest gas station.
I'll see what I can find.
Ask that sister of yours. She knows her way around.
Oké, moeten de zus
What's
vragen
your
om
opinion?
benzine.
Seems nice enough.
Seriously? You're falling for his bullshit?
Please, boss. This ain't my first rodeo. But maybe the doc isn't behind it. Maybe it's bigger.
He's behind it.
Okay, then. Let's prove it. Motive, means, opportunity.
This isn't a fucking courtroom drama.
It's just the way I think, boss. Never led me astray before.
Oké.
Means, motive, opportunity, some bullshit they teach at the academy?
More personal philosophy. Figure out those three, and you don't need to phase flip to predict the future.
Enlighten me then.
Means, what is it you think the dog's planning? You can even do it. Motive, why would he? No one does anything without a reason. What drives him? An opportunity. How's he plan to pull it off?
What, why, how? Figure that out and I'll have him?
Never failed me before.
Oké.
Thoughts on Trinity's lab so far?
I assumed there'd be more people here. Takes a big organization to build all this.
Ja,
Can't
er zit
start
wel
an
wat
end
in,
with
ja.
one man.
One man with the ability to manipulate time. Trinity, this facility, the research. It's all some design of Roth's. I'm sure of it.
You're taking it too personal, boys. He couldn't do all this himself.
Well, the answers will be here somewhere. Any more thoughts on this phase-flipping stuff?
Face
Dangerous
flipping.
thing in the wrong hands.
In Roth's hands, he grins at me.
I was thinking of yours, boss.
I can't go back as far as he can, but I do wonder why he hasn't... I don't know.
Taking over the world?
I mean, he could play the stock market, predict events, you name it.
My only guess, he doesn't want to.
Ja,
Not
wat wil
everyone
hij dan
cares
wel, hè?
about power and riches.
I'd usually disagree with you there. It's money and power keeps a homicide cop in work. Though the dog does seem genuinely interested in the research.
Roth's painting me as paranoid, crazy. I know I've been seeing things that aren't there. Dead people, monsters, but I didn't imagine every shitty thing that's happened since I jumped that boxcar.
Well, you didn't hallucinate our encounter in the hospital. I have a bump on the head to prove it.
Right, so why haven't you said anything?
There'd be some excuse. Just to keep what I know to myself.
So then, what's their plan? Why not kill us now? He just shrugs.
Nou, alles gezegd. Harris said to ask Annie. She should be in her room on level 3. Oké. Level 3. Dus level 2. Level 3. Nou, er is hier maar één deur, dat
These
scheelt.
doors. I feel like I'm on the set of some cheesy science fiction show. A digital readout shows which room it is. Dr. Gideon Roth, the man himself.
Oh,
Pushing at the door gets me nowhere. Can't open them manually, but there's a space to swipe an access card.
en ik heb een access card gekregen.
Angry bleep and a red light.
Maar niet in de personal quarters.
Oh, jeez.
Het is weer zo'n beest. Pink plastic disc on the floor.
Makeup compact. Must be Annie's. There's no powder left inside. Just a mirror and a little brush.
Maar ja, ik zag daar dus wel weer zo'n monster. Hier, die foto hebben we ook nog.
I've seen a copy of this photo with a third founder.
A woman, right?
Yeah. Know anything?
Only that Roth doesn't talk much about her. Dr. Klein knows more, but he's not one for office gossip.
Yeah, I bet.
Dr. Klein.
Unless it's over a bottle of schnapps.
She winks conspiratorially.
Apparently, this woman had a bit of a thing going with Maxwell Holden.
Ah,
But something happened. A lab accident. She left after that.
Oké.
Now Roth's not here, you can tell me. What's really going on?
Exactly what we said, Mick.
But why did you disappear? No phone call? Nothing?
Oh, shit. I did mean to call. Is Joe all right with the kids?
Are you serious?
Well, it was supposed to look like I disappeared. So you come in, not just split town again. But I should check in with Joe. He's been annoyed about how much I'm working lately.
This is insane. Why not just ask me?
You needed the cognitive stress for it to work. Roth sent a team to pick you up, but I guess they didn't find you.
They found me all right. They tried to kill me.
Now you're not making sense, Mick.
Vragen stellen.
Do you know where we might find a petrol can?
What do you need that for?
I know you trust Roth, but I need to know we can get out of here in a hurry if we need to.
Well, if it'll make you feel better. Sanjay might know. He'll be in the
Sanjay.
lab downstairs.
In the lab
So you know
downstairs.
all about quantum
Oké.
cognition.
Oh, there's still so much to learn. I wish I could phase flip like you. I'd be able to spend a year researching in a single day.
Family wouldn't miss you?
I mean, to them, I'd still be home for dinner. And geez, Mick, like you can talk.
So you do think Roth is trustworthy?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely zelfs.
He can loop back, change the past, manipulate things however he wants.
I can read people, Mick. It's my job. You can trust him. The fact that he's here researching this technology with us is reason enough. He could have kept it to himself, played the stock market, bought half the country.
And how did he pay for this facility?
It's for the greater good, Mick.
So you're working for Trinity.
Nothing gets past you, does it?
When did you start here?
About a year ago. Dr. Roth read a paper I wrote in the Journal of Psychiatric Biology. I was actually slamming his quantum cognition theories as rubbish pseudoscience. Anyway, he reached out to me, we got chatting.
Next thing you knew, you were working for him.
Right. I'll be eating humble pie when we finally publish.
Oké.
So, time travel, huh?
Guess so.
Can you do it?
No. At least, not yet. But with your help, we can learn how to trigger it in more people.
Without putting them through hell, I hope.
Of course.
I've been seeing things.
Right, yes, you would have been. Side effect of unlocking the phase flip. A lot of new pathways being built in that brain of yours.
Great.
Ja, we
It's
zien
easy to
monsters
repair
en
now
alles.
you're here.
You expect me to let you poke around in my head again?
The quantum coupler is totally non-invasive.
Could she make it sound more ominous?
You can wait until you've had time to settle in.
These hallucinations. I've been seeing Alec.
Oh, Mick.
I just wish I could forget.
How he died.
No, not just that. No judgment, right?
Never.
Remembering him is so painful. These last 5 years. I tried so hard to forget. Not just that he died. Forget the things we did together. Forget his face. Forget he ever existed.
Oh, Jesus, Mick.
Pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
I know.
You should have talked to me. Grief does shit to people. But you can't forget him. You can't heal that way.
Well, not when he keeps showing up and talking to me.
We'll sort that out later, okay? You know it's just in your head now.
Thanks.
Nou, alle topics gehad. Small bathroom. We kunnen nergens op klikken hier binnen. Wat hebben we hier nog? Een wardrobe.
Clothes spill from a hastily packed suitcase. Jumbled mix of wrinkled skirts and odd socks. No telling the clean from the dirty.
Wel weer wat informatie geleerd. Oké. Nou, de monster is weer weg. Volgende deur. Wat is dit? Weer een kast.
Just some coat hangers rattling around an empty wardrobe.
Ja, neem me mee een coat heen.
Why not?
Altijd handig. Hier is ook weer een bathroom. Met niks. Hier is weer een computer.
The desk's empty, and there's no power to the terminal.
Wat is er dan in deze deur?
Angry bleep and a red light.
Oh, private quarters. Nou, dan gaan we maar weer terug naar de lift. Hier is de lift. Die deur konden we niet in. Wat is dit?
Trail of wet footprints.
Ja,
They lead directly into the wall here.
dan zal er wel een geheime deur zijn. Ja,
I run my hands over the polished surface. There's a crack here, razor thin. Some kind of panel. Nothing to hide my ass.
schroeven draaien.
I scrape at the crack around the panel, manage to pop it open. A keypad. I punch in a random code and get an
Ja,
angry
we weten
bleep
geen code
response.
natuurlijk. Ja, misschien kunnen we daar wat vragen over stellen.
I wrap my knuckles on the steel door.
Ik
It
probeerde
clicks
net
open.
in te breken. Oh, hij laat mij gewoon binnen.
Mr. Carter, welcome.
Can't search his room when he's in here.
Nee, inderdaad.
You're researching bugs too.
I was. Did you know that per volume, the insect brain has 10 times the quantum matter of mammalia?
I did not.
In some species of ants, it even allows for distributed intelligence. Fascinating. Well, it was for a time anyway. One reaches a point where there is no more to discover.
When you're living time over and over, I suppose one must.
Nou, we kunnen weer wat vragen stellen.
If all this was some sick experiment, what's the point of it all?
This ability of yours to take your consciousness back in time,
Phase flipping.
you exhibited a latent natural ability, a strong one. But the full potential could only be brought about by lethal stress to the cortex, a string of mortal crises.
Sounds like a lot of horse shit to me.
Understandable, of course. In time, you will realize we are not the enemy. When you do,
Yeah.
we'll discuss how your ordeal can help us.
What's the point of this place? What are you doing here?
I thought you'd have figured that out by now, Mr. Carter.
You abduct people to experiment on.
I see that dry wit runs in the family. Our research centers around quantum cognition.
Ja, dat wisten we
We've
al.
developed a tool, a machine to study it, to harness it. The quantum coupler.
Right. And how do I fit into this?
You agreed to help, to let us unlock your latent ability.
And why would I do that? He shrugs.
You simply saw the good we could do here.
Well, I don't see it now. I'm not going near your machine.
That's your decision. I merely ask that you take the time to think about it.
So, you're the one that figured out quantum cognition.
Figured it out. Ha! I've spent multiple lifetimes researching it, and only barely scratched the surface of understanding.
Summarize it for me.
Ha! That's the spirit. But you'll learn plenty as we move ahead with our testing.
I get the impression I've learned all I care to about quantum cognition. Who are you, really?
Well, I imagine you've heard a great deal already. Some may even be true. But I'll save you my life story. I believe Miss Grace wants the burden of sharing that tale.
Oké.
You say you rescued my sister.
Ask her yourself. I'm sure you trust her answer more than mine.
Your other attempts failed. At what?
Unlocking your potential, Mr. Carter. Together, we will save the world.
Wat een
What a
rare
crock
man.
of shit.
Nou, meer kunnen we niet vragen. We hebben wel weer nieuwe informatie. Ja, we hebben inderdaad een vreemde keypad gevonden. Misschien kunnen we daar die reporter eens naar vragen. Want die vindt dat vast wel interessant.
Don't mind having a look around when he's not in there.
Dat was hier. En dan naar rechts.
Dad,
We krijgen weer een visioen.
These are getting worse.
Ja, het wordt erger. Angela, we hebben een geheime deur gevonden. Kijk hier.
I found a hidden door in one of the corridors.
What's behind it?
Dunno. It's locked.
Well, talk to me when you have something worth writing about.
Oh, ja, sorry hoor. Dan gaan we wel weer. Even kijken. Wat hebben we nog meer voor aanwijzingen? Sanjay in the labs on level 4. Die heeft mogelijk informatie over benzine. Is dit de lab?
Guess I found the labs.
Ja. Daar kunnen we niet op klikken. Hier is een fire extinguisher.
Going by all these hazard signs, if there's a fire to put out, it'll be in here. It's more likely to be useful where it
Ik kan hem
is.
niet meenemen.
Another pipe runs along the inside, bristling with electronics, tubes and wires. Beam hazard. Danger of death. Do not open when light is flashing.
Oké. Dit kunnen we allemaal niet aanklikken. Waar is die Sanjay dan? Ah, hier.
Hello, you must be Mick.
Yeah.
I'm Sanjay. Welcome to the lab. Gideon said to make you feel at home, so have a sticky beak. I'll be just next door if you need me.
Ja, ik heb benzine nodig. Wat heeft hij hier?
What's
Planten?
with the plants?
A bit of a hobby of mine. Can be nice to talk to something without a cerebral cortex sometimes.
Hij praat met planten.
A lot of computing power here.
They run the place, really. We just keep them company.
So how'd you end up here, Sanjay?
Apparently, Gideon poached me after reading my dissertation in the Journal of Neurology. But I think it's just because I'm so fun to be around.
You're a neurologist?
I trained as a surgeon, but then got the neurology bug and ended up miring myself in research.
When I was his age, could barely tie my shoes. I found a hidden door in
Yeah.
one of the corridors.
Well, there's maintenance access panels all around the place. Best not to mess with them.
Hey, know where I could get a can of petrol around here?
Not sure. A doctor will know. He'll be downstairs in the reactor.
Herr dokter in de reactor. Nou, dat weer.
So Roth's your boss, yeah?
He's the whole reason I'm here. Though he's been happy to let me explore my own avenues of research.
I guess they align with his goals, whatever they are.
He's just as curious about the stuff as I am.
Ja, ja.
What can you tell me about this place?
Well, it's been my home the last few years. This room's the heart of the operation. Look around. Be happy to tell you what things do.
You're working on this time travel tech?
I think of it more like precognition.
All I know is when I die, I go back.
Of course. How far do you say?
30 seconds, a minute?
Decent baseline.
Oké.
How come Roth can jump back further than me?
Well, you know those hallucinations you've been seeing? They're a side effect of your brain writing new temporal pathways.
So, practice makes perfect?
You got it.
And Roth's got a head start on me.
Sure. Though we're working on amplifying the process too.
Oké.
You said you're working on amplifying the phase flip duration. So, could I go back further?
Sure.
Say, 5 years? Or more?
At a certain point, it starts to take exponentially more neural mass. With our technique, we can square it, but no, we don't think 5 years is possible.
Apparently whatever you did is making me crazy.
Temporal displacement, yeah? Hallucinations? Amazing.
You try being haunted by ghosts from your past, getting ripped apart by monsters. See how amazing it feels to you.
Well, the damage is easily fixed now.
If I let you poke around in my head more. Better the devil I know.
I'm sure you'll come around.
Ja, ja. Wat is dit voor apparaat?
What's this machine?
That's what this whole thing's about, man. The quantum coupler.
This is what got me into this mess?
This is she.
How does it work?
Let us read and write to the cortex of the subject at a qubit level. All the stuff between the neurons of classical brain science.
So you can control this time travel ability.
To some degree. We're still bound by biological imperatives.
Which is why you
Biological
had to put me through
imperatives.
hell.
Hey, you volunteered.
Apparently. I flick open a manila folder. Pages of data adorned by illegible notes in red biro.
I wouldn't... I don't know if you've met my Teutonic partner in crime, but a client, he doesn't like people touching his stuff.
Oké.
What's in the pipe?
That's our particle accelerator. Baby fires neutrons and
Ja,
99%
deeltjes
is safe.
versnellen. Dat dacht ik al.
She's not just there for physics funding either.
No?
The babies are in your brain, man.
I return his glee with a deadpan stare.
Don't you get it? The matter we make in there, the stuff of stars. That's our tool to manipulate the quantum lattice of the brain.
So, you smash some atoms together and fire the result into my head.
Yeah. Wild, huh?
Er gebeuren hele vreemde dingen hier.
What are you measuring here?
Superconductor field stability for the accelerator.
Seems kind of primitive.
The sensor array is ex-military.
Guess those guys don't care about wasting paper.
We rigged a
Kun je wel
sensor on the
zeggen, ja.
needle so a doctor can monitor it remotely. That's the job.
Oké.
I push on the needle with my finger. It flicks back to normal as soon as I let go. Bill?
Bill,
Wait,
weer een visioen. En hij is weer weg. Ja, dan moeten we naar die Herr Klein. Die is helemaal beneden. Weer een visioen.
this must be the reactor.
Ugh, it's you. Stay out of my way.
Oké.
What's in here?
Nothing for you.
Does this computer control the reactor?
Yes, obviously, it does.
I'll keep my distance.
You think you have control access to the reactor computer? You may be Dr. Roth's golden boy, but you are still an idiot.
So I can
Oh,
push
shit.
buttons without blowing us up?
You can go annoy someone else.
I don't get on well with computers, and this isn't the safest place to learn.
Dat kun je wel zeggen, ja. Kijken wat er te vinden is nog voordat we met hem gaan praten. Some kind of probe.
I wonder what...
Don't touch that!
Okay.
That's a very sensitive apparatus.
Radiation
The
readings.
display here shows ambient radiation levels. This area is currently sitting at 14.46. Wonder if that lines up with Holden's old Geiger counter.
Die hebben we toevallig op zak. Geiger counter hier.
Huh. My Geiger counter shows a big fat zero. Why would this gauge read higher? Doesn't seem like the sort of thing I should just ignore.
Je kan die dokter vragen. Waarschijnlijk klopt er iets niet. What's going on? Waarom werkt mijn apparaat niet?
My Geiger counter's not reading any radiation around here, but the sensors at the end are giving 15 CPM. And isn't that bad?
No, idiot. That's natural background radiation anywhere.
Right. Well, why is my Geiger counter not showing it then?
It's defective, obviously.
Kapot.
Oh.
I should open it up and fix it. Oké. Schroeven draaien. Geiger counter.
I remove the screws. There's a burned out component here. Metal cylinder in a broken glass tube.
Oh, er is iets
I
kapot.
wonder if anyone knows what it is.
Ja, die dokter denk ik.
I found this burnt out component in my Geiger counter.
Dr. Daswani knows where he keeps spare components. Bother him.
Dr. Dashwani. Oké.
I'm Mick. You look after the reactor, Mr...
Doctor, if you'd be so kind, Herr Dr. Klein. And I built this reactor, Mick.
You built this place? You're an engineer then?
I am a physicist. Engineering is just busy work. Now please, I am very busy.
I'm told you know where I can find a petrol can.
I might. You do something for me, and I'll tell you.
Uiteraard.
Ugh, what?
Computers showing a pressure drop in a pipeline on the level 3 corridor.
You want me to sort it out?
Shouldn't prove too challenging. Even for someone like you.
This guy.
De level 3 corridor. Oké, dus dan moeten we daar ook nog heen. Hier kunnen we nog naar links.
Barrels of diesel fuel for the generator. Much too heavy to move. Must be a backup generator if the main reactor goes down. Probably shouldn't touch it.
Ja, dit is diezelfde meter. Oké. Huh?
How did...
Ik ben weer ergens anders. Ik ben bij het laboratorium. Hier bij Sanjay. Ik kan hem een vraag stellen. De reactor.
I found this burnt out component in my Geiger counter.
Let's see. Hey, yeah, that's a Geiger tube. It's what makes your counter tick. It's a key component in our neural interface visors too.
Yeah?
When the neuroquantic field produces a Townsend avalanche in the tube, we bind the spin of the resulting photon with...
Alright. Can I get a spare tube then?
Oh, sorry. We need all the neural interfaces operational.
Oké. A leaking pipe in the level 3 corridor. Ja, dat is natuurlijk die pijp met die voetstappen.
Dad.
You're not real.
Elk, ga weg. Dit is de 4e verdieping. We moeten naar de 3rd corridor. De leaking pipe. Die was hier links. Die moeten we dus
Water's still
fixen.
dripping from this pipe. Guess this is what Klein wants me to fix.
Heb ik daar iets voor? Make-up fles? Nee.
I try to tighten the leaking joint. No good. I need a wrench. Or something to gum up the leak.
Oké.
I punch in a random code and get an angry bleep in response.
Misschien kan ik met de make-up kwast fingerprints pakken.
That might help, if there were any powder in the compact.
Oké, poeder. Van die koffiebonen kan ik poeder maken, denk ik. Dan moet ik even naar die koffiemachine. Was dat ook op deze verdieping? Nee. Van koffiebonen kan ik poeder maken. Hier. Kijk, dan doen we de koffiebonen in de koffiemachine.
I throw the beans into the grinder.
Make sure you close the...
I stab at the button as the machine spits a cloud of fine grounds all over the counter. The more I try to scoop up the coffee grounds, the more they get on everything.
Nee, dan doe ik hem even in de make-up tas.
I scoop up some of the finer
Kijk.
grounds.
En dan kunnen we nu powder brush en een mirror. Dan kunnen we daarmee dus vingerafdrukken op die keypad checken. Dat was hier.
Leave me alone.
Weer zo'n monster.
Taking the brush, I dust coffee over the keypad. I should have done this before sticking my grubby fingers all over it.
En nu? Should check back later. Oh ja, Dus nu heb ik hier poeder overheen gedaan. Dus als ik nu wegga en weer terug. Nou, laten we eerst even met de detective weer praten. Want we hebben weer wat dingen geleerd. En tegen die tijd, kijk, is die koffie al gebruikt.
Door in one of the corridors.
Yeah? What's behind it?
Dunno. It's sealed.
Huh. Likely a maintenance hatch. But if you get into it, let me know.
It's got a keypad lock.
Interesting. Wish I'd brought a forensics kit.
Ja,
That's the
hebben
keys
wij al
for prints.
gebruikt. Kijk.
See which had been pressed.
You
You poked them on with your grubby little fingers, didn't you, boss?
The reactor downstairs makes me nervous.
No kidding.
Huh.
You'd expect a team of technicians monitoring a thing like that.
It's all computers these days.
Well, the place is full of scientists. And they don't seem worried.
Oké. Nou, dan gaan we nu kijken of de ding gebruikt is. Dat was op de third floor. Of op de second floor. Ik dacht hier. Even kijken.
Yes! Someone's used the keypad. There's a distinct fingerprint on 2, 4, and a bigger smudge on 7. I wonder. 4277. 4772. 4727.
Ha, gaat hij alles proberen.
7742. Got it.
Hop. Let's go. Hey, deze kamer. Hier hebben wij geklommen.
The crash cart is covered in dust, old charts and empty blister packs. There's a portable defibrillator on top. Those things they use to shock people to life in movies. The only thing useful on the card is the defibrillator. And I'd better leave that in case it's needed in a hurry.
Ja, hier is nog een kastje.
Empty packet of bandages, expired antiseptic. A pair of surgical forceps might be useful.
Oké. Nou, wat zit hier achter?
I take a deep breath and...
Een vrouw.
Huh. She's deep in a coma. With all the tubes and lines, it's hard to pick her age. But there's a touch of grey in the raven hair that spills across the pillow. Who are you?
Wie is dit?
You remind me of Alec like this. I have to resist the urge to pull the lines that keep her intubated.
Nou, daar moeten we eens even een melding van gaan maken, denk ik. Bij de reporter. Die wilde weten wat er achter de deur te vinden was. De kantine. De reporter wilde weten wat er te vinden was achter de deur. Er is dus een persoon. Kijk.
Do you know there's a woman in a coma hidden away here?
Oh, no. Some patient they're trying to help? Woman wakes from coma. Could be a good angle. Try to find out what her story is.
Oké.
Have any thoughts on the reactor?
Eckline tried to explain how it works. All mumbo jumbo to me.
Oké. Misschien weet die dokter iets over de verborgen vrouw. Hij is weg. Maar dan kunnen we in de kluisjes kijken.
Now, what's Klein been hiding in here? A dirty lab coat, that's all? Guess he just doesn't like me. There's a packet of gum in the pocket though.
Packet of gum. Maar dan kunnen we misschien die ding mee fixen. Hier is niks. Waar is die dokter nou gebleven? Misschien kunnen we met een pakje kauwgom wel die kapotte pijp fixen. Gewoon kauwgom erin plakken. Waar is die dokter?
Dad.
Ignore him.
Ga weg,
Looking
Alex.
for you.
Out of my way!
Hier, ga weg.
Help me!
Je bent niet
You
echt.
don't exist! Oh, God! I wish you never did.
Nick! Help me!
Annie?
Wat?
Are you really even there?
Of course I'm fucking here, Mick! Help! Mick!
Annie! Oh my God. Hey! We need help in here! Half blind from the pain in my head, I rushed to where she fell. She doesn't surface. Help comes. Roth runs to find a hooked pole, and with the detective, they haul
Fuck.
her up.
We were too late. I'm sorry.
What?
She's gone.
Nee joh.
No! She can't be!
Nick.
She's not! She was...
What the hell happened?
Oh God! I pushed her! What have I done?
Perhaps you can still fix this. Mr. Carter, detective, follow.
What's this about, Doc?
The very thing we're all here for. Mr. Carter and his ability to go back in time. To change things.
That's your plan? I can barely go back a whole minute!
That's where the quantum coupler comes in.
Quite. With this, you'll harness the quantum matrix of another's mind.
So each of your 86 billion neurons connects with 86 billion more.
Yes, a power
Okay.
of 2 increase. Your 30-second phase flip becomes 15 minutes.
If you think I'll link minds with you...
No, your mind must be open, trusting. That's why you're here, detective.
Me? I can't do this face flip thing.
Mr. Carter will trigger the phase flip. You will merely be along for the ride. But you should not dally. Make your decision.
Okay, what do you need me to
Wat moet
do?
ik doen?
Well, if you lie down in the chair, I'll get the detective to do the same.
Oké.
This thing could really take me back further? How far, I wonder? If it'll save Annie, I guess I have to try.
Nou, dan doen we dat
I
maar.
lie down on the foam,
I'll have to try.
try to relax.
The cartridge, Dr. Deswani. This program will synchronize your neuroquantic fields. We will run it before sending you back.
Which involves killing me, I suppose.
Technically, yes. Brain function is ceased by a device built into the chair, though this is painless.
Too late to back out?
Come on, detective, think. You'll be the first ever time cop.
So I'll go back too.
My lungs tighten as Roth slides a visor over my head.
Yes, these visors house a neural interface linking you together.
Already on my end.
Wat gebeurt hier?
Let's
joh?
just get it over with.
I'm ready.
Running sync program.
Synchronization successful.
Go for phase flip.
See you, hell yeah.
I grit my teeth. Then, the light! No pain of death, but the same gut-wrenching sense of my mind being ripped apart. Reformed.
Nou, dan zijn we weer hier.
Work. Annie!
What are you looking at down there?
Thank God.
Oh, prijs de heer.
I was just coming to find you.
It worked. She's alive.
What are you two on about?
I kind of...
Nick here pushed you off the railing. You died.
I was seeing things again.
Roth brought us back with his machine.
Jeez, Mick. Well, I guess that's why I came to find you anyway. I didn't want to rush you, but we've got to do it now.
Do what?
Fix that messed up brain of yours. I've got to set up. Meet me in the interface lab.
Meet me in the interface lab. Fix the leaking pipe on level 3. Ja, misschien kunnen we dat met kauwgom doen, hadden we gezegd. Genoeg te doen. Kauwgom.
That's fixed it. Klein better help me out now.
He might be in the labs. Is dat hier, de labs? Nee. Want we waren net beneden, daar was hij niet. Storage. De labs, hier. Gebruik de keycard. Hij is hier. Hier ligt ook een jas.
Roth's left his keycard in his coat here.
What are you doing?
Got eyes in the back of his head, that one.
Ah,
I fixed your leaking pipe.
precies.
Very impressive.
Just give me that petrol can.
Fine. There's one behind the backup generator on the reactor floor.
Well, thank
Okay.
you so much for your help.
Dan is de vraag, hoe krijgen we hem hier weg, zodat we de jas... Ik denk...
Let me know when you're ready.
Misschien moeten we dit papier...
I push on the needle with my finger.
Dr. Doswani, I'm seeing some fluctuations. Never mind, it's stabilized.
Ah,
Just keep an eye on it.
Quit messing around. I don't want you blowing us up.
we moeten iets met die needle doen. En daarvoor hebben we die keycard van die man. Kan ik die needle ook kauwgommen?
I'm not sure you should be messing with that.
Ja, dan houdt zij maar weer in de gaten. Dat kunnen we ook weer niet doen.
Ready for what exactly? You gonna stop me going crazy?
That's the long and short of it.
What do I have to do?
I'll just finish calibrating here. Sanjay, do you have the cartridge ready?
Right here.
It needs to go in that console on the machine, Mick.
Wat moet ik doen?
He holds out a plastic cartridge. Seems kind of primitive.
Well, the problem defies regular hardware paradigms. We're programming neural pathways at a quantum level. It's not data you can just email. We set it on cartridges containing neurological tissue, implanted with instructions. Stick it in the quantum coupler and you're good to go.
Oké.
The cartridge locks in with a satisfying clunk. So this'll tell the machine how to fix my head?
Yep,
Got any games on this thing?
I wish. All research and medical programs so far.
Like the one that made me forget I came here.
And unlocks your ability to face flip.
There a program to undo that?
Sure, but then you'd have gone through it all for nothing, right?
I guess.
If you've finished gabbing, lie down on the far bed.
Oké.
Dad, don't do this.
Annie, this machine, could it make me forget something bigger?
Like?
Like my son.
Dad?
Would it help me forget Alec?
Fuck, Mick. You've been trying to do that since he died. Has it helped? If you don't trust me as your sister, trust me as a professional. You don't need to forget what happened. You need to accept it.
What do I have to do?
Lie down on the bed next to Sanjay. I'm almost ready.
Oké.
I don't think I have a choice. I lie down on the foam once more.
Dad, did you mean what you said?
Just relax.
Wat gaat er
You
gebeuren?
wish I'd never existed, never been born.
You'll feel a bit of warmth between your eyes.
Maybe it would have been better. You would have been happier.
Ready when you are.
I would have liked that.
Okay.
I try to unclench my fists. Yeah, I'm ready.
No, I mean, okay. It's done. That's it.
What?
Wat?
My head.
Better?
I hadn't realized it was spinning until it stopped. I feel like I've just stepped off a boat onto solid
Dan
ground.
hebben we nu geen
Now
rare
you see why this
visioenen
is so
meer.
exciting. Makes chemical and surgical techniques seem truly barbaric. Get some good data, Sanj?
Sure did.
Send it through. I'll look over it in my room.
Zij gaat weg.
And Mick, if you want to talk about, well,
Dan kan ik dat papier
anything,
stoppen,
you know where I am.
zodat die man wegloopt en ik die keycard kan stelen. Ik ga die naald vastplakken met een kauwgompje.
I moisten a strip of gum and squish it down over the base of the needle.
I'm getting that reading persistently now. Did you do something?
Nope.
Kijk, hij komt deze kant
Something's
op.
up with that sensor, Dr. Tasvani.
So, go fix it.
I've
ga-
got my eye on you, Carter.
Ik loop hier gewoon, joh. En dan gaan we die keycard hier uitpakken.
What are you doing?
Hij volgt mij.
Got eyes in the back of his head, that one.
Hij volgt mij. Misschien moet ik de andere uitgang hier nemen. Zodat hij mij niet ziet. Dat is het.
Down over the base of the needle.
Dat is het misschien. Dat hij mij niet ziet.
Did you do something?
Nope.
En dan gaan we snel hier naar binnen. Dan heeft hij mij niet gezien. Dan gaan we hier weer naar binnen. En dan pakken we die keycard.
Got it.
Hij komt weer terug.
Just some residue build-up on the sensor.
Good, good.
Nou, hij heeft ook gezegd dat er petrol staat achter de reserve generator. Dus laten we dat eerst even gaan ophalen. Dat is hier links.
I peer behind the generator and find the petrol
Kijk.
can Klein mentioned.
Petrol. I have the can of petrol to give to Hara. Oké, dan gaan we dat doen. Hara is boven. Hij is weg. Hè? Hij is weg. Nou ja, goed, dan gaan we maar Roth's kamer in met de keycard die we gevonden hebben. Kijk, is dat hier?
The display shows this room is unoccupied.
Dat is niet hier.
Another unoccupied room.
Wat was dan ook alweer zijn kamer? Andere verdieping. Andere verdieping. Personal quarters. Ah. Dr. Roth room. Kijk, we hebben nu die keycard van hemzelf. Even kijken.
Okay, I'm in.
Oké.
He certainly has a lot of white lab coats, but nothing worth breaking in for.
Oké.
Nothing here but his insect collection. Books on nuclear physics, genetic sequencing. I rummage under the bed. Boxes of medical journals.
Oude foto's.
Old photographs. One of them catches my eye. It's the other half of that Polaroid. The back is signed Sophia Roth. Gideon has his arm around her. So she was Roth's wife. I
Ah,
thought
en
she
dat
had a
is
thing
die
with
vrouw in de
Maxwell
stoel
Holden.
waarschijnlijk.
Huh. And her face seems familiar.
Ja,
Where have I seen it?
de vrouw in die stoel. Wat hebben we hier? Een shower curtain. Hey,
Jesus, boss.
hij is hier.
Thought the doc was back.
How'd you get in here?
Masking tape on the door jam. You?
Stole his card.
Well, you needn't have bothered. There's nothing here. Except maybe...
He scrambles up onto the toilet.
There's this cavity in the ceiling. I think there's something wedged in there. I can't quite reach it.
Maar
See
ik
if
heb
you
een
can find something to
coathanger.
hook it with.
Ja, ik heb een coathanger.
How about this?
Can you untwist it?
That's pretty stiff. Hara just shrugs.
Untwisted. Misschien met die tang.
Gripping the forceps, I untwist the stiff wire.
Hier.
Try this. Something snakes down from the open panel.
Is that a gas mask?
Een gasmasker.
It's built into the ceiling. Some emergency thing like on airplanes?
Probably one in everyone's room. Been barking up the wrong tree.
Does it remind you of the neural interfaces on Roth's machine?
Ja.
Looks more like a gas mask to me. Wasted time busting in here. Roth still seems clean.
He's not. I'm sure he's not.
Yeah, well, you better find something.
Isn't that your job?
And there's probable cause it is. I should have brought in the butcher. Maybe he paid off a couple of cops and that's all there is to it.
That makes no sense.
I know. Fuck.
Er is hier een masker. En dus een foto van zijn vrouw. Die er bekend uitziet.
I search through the stacks of papers, the shelves piled with journals. It's all equations and technical jargon. And his terminal is locked. I'm not getting anything from there.
Nou, dan is hier verder niks te vinden. Hier is die gefixte pijp. Maar ik denk dus dat zij die vrouw in de foto is. Dan leggen we even naast elkaar de foto.
I look at her face and the one in the photo. The cheeks are sunken, her hair's longer, but it's the same woman all right. So this is Roth's wife.
Ja.
The missing third founder of Trinity. Roth has some explaining to do.
Het is zijn vrouw. We found a mask. We moeten ook kijken of we die kunnen vinden.
Dr. Sanjay Daswani, too many PhDs.
Nou, inderdaad.
This one's unoccupied. Oh. Glowing text reads Dr.
Annie's room. Hey Annie. Ik heb een masker gevonden.
I found a mask hidden in the ceiling of Roth's room.
Oh, Mick, stop poking around everywhere. This is a high-tech lab. You'll break something.
But what's it doing there?
I don't know. Ask him.
I found the third founder of Trinity. She's in a coma, hidden away in a secret room.
Seriously?
That's not all. She was Roth's wife. I told you he's bad news.
I don't know. It's strange, I give you that.
Oh, joh,
I
die
suppose
vrouw
she's here for
vertrouwt
treatment
hem
and
gewoon.
wanted to keep it quiet. He is a very private man.
Annie, you need to get your head out of your ass and stop trusting him.
Ah, you're overreacting.
I don't trust the reactor we're sitting on.
Well, how much do you know about nuclear physics?
Not a whole lot.
Same here. But Dr. Klein is top of the field.
I don't trust him either.
You're projecting. Understandable. This is a high-tension environment. I can give you some exercises to help.
I'll pass.
Oké. Hey, ik heb voedselbonnen voor vieze soep. Misschien heb jij lekker eten.
Hey, I'll swap you that boring old steak for a delicious bowl of soup.
Sure thing.
Kijk, nou heb ik een bonnetje voor steak. Met pepersaus, oh lekker. Dan gaan we die even claimen. Bij de kantine. Dan gaan we die even claimen bij de kantine. Steak, lekker man. En dan hopelijk krijg ik bij de steak een mes om te snijden. En dan kan ik daarmee dat
Machine
masker
sucks
eruit
up my
halen.
ticket, starts to hum quietly. Then my meal rises into view. The steak looks pretty good. And it came with a nice sharp steak knife.
Kijk. Een nice sharp steak knife. Daarmee ga ik dat masker uit zijn kamer snijden. Personal quarters, ja. Dr. Roth room. Ik wil dat masker. Wat hier hangt.
The blade struggles through the pipe
Kijk.
like it's the neck of a chook. Inner wires sever like tendons. Tubes snap like gristle. Someone must know what this is.
Some kind of gas mask. A hose. Ik had een hose nodig voor die geiger tellen. Schroeven draaien.
I twist out the screws and a jumble of wire and tubing bursts from the casing. Nestled amongst them, I spot a familiar component. A Geiger tube.
Ja.
Wouldn't have expected to find that in a simple gas mask.
En dan gebruiken we die geiger tube in onze geiger tellen.
I press the tube into its housing. Now to test whether it works.
En dan kunnen we gaan testen of die werkt. Daarvoor moeten we dus weer naar het laboratorium. Even hier links bij die meter.
The reactor readout is still showing the background level of 14.46. Whoa! Dial reads 475 CPM. Shouldn't panic. Geiger count is
dat is
probably
niet
just
goed.
out of whack. Wonder if I'll get the same reading on the other side.
400. Gotta check the reading on the other side. 400 is niet goed.
Over here it's 580. Why would it be higher here? Both sensors show the same. If the Geiger counter was just calibrated wrong, it'd at least be consistent. I'd better tell Klein.
Ja, Klein. Klein die staat hier gewoon. Onze geiger tellen klopt niet, meneer.
I checked with the Geiger again. I'm seeing levels over 500 CPM.
This again. The alarms would have tripped. We'd have been evacuated by now.
I checked your sensors. They're stuck at 14.46.
They can't all have failed, can they?
What about the computer?
The control program is a closed system, ironclad, triple redundancies. Dr. Roth bent over every line personally to ensure there's no backdoor in. No way for it to be compromised.
Dr. Roth.
I'm sure your hasty repair job on that piece of junk is the problem.
Maybe you should get that stick out of your ass and look into it just in case. He glares at me.
Fine. Fine. I will.
Good. If Roth has sabotaged the reactor, I should tell Hara.
I should tell Hara. En waar is Hara? Nu? Boven, denk ik. Hij zat in die douche. Ja, hij is weer hier.
Got that can of fuel. I pass it to him and he stows it.
Ja.
Well, there's nothing stopping us leaving when we want to.
Just need to convince Annie.
And I still want to know what's really going on here.
So then, we figure out what Roth's up to, and I can convince her.
Sounds like a plan, boss.
Ik heb meer informatie, jongen. Hier.
Found anything out about these masks?
Nothing yet, boss.
Oké.
I got in that hidden room. Found a woman in there, intubated, comatose.
That right, boss? Where is it?
Second floor corridor. There's a hidden panel. Combos 7742.
I'll check it out. Let me know if you learn anything else.
Ja, dat
I
weten we al.
have.
Ja.
She's Roth's wife.
His wife?
I think there was an accident or something.
Time to give him a poke, boss. See what he says.
Right.
Be aggressive. He'd expect that from me. Might rattle him coming from you.
Oké.
I think Roth is sabotaging the reactor.
You do, huh?
He's using his back door to increase radiation levels.
Okay. Why?
Because when it gets too high, the place goes into emergency lockdown.
All right. Then what?
I don't know.
Ja, daar moeten we dus vragen over gaan stellen. Hier staat een plus. Dat betekent dat er wat nieuws is. Ja, we moeten hem ondervragen. Ook hier moeten we hem voor ondervragen. Ja. We moeten ook wat vragen gaan stellen over het masker. Dat gaan we dan maar eens doen bij het laboratorium. Sanjay. Die kan mij misschien nog wat dingen vertellen. Dr. Roth is hier ook. Laten we eerst even met Sanjay praten. Daarna met Dr. Roth. Want die vertrouwen we het minst.
Sanjay, I found this mask. A bit like the visors in here.
Give us a look.
Here.
Interesting. Hard to know for sure, but it could be a neural interface.
So it's not a gas mask?
Well, it looks like it might be that too.
But it could be used to phase flip.
Nah, even with a neural interface, there's nothing here to trigger brain death.
What about, poison gas?
Why would anyone... No, that wouldn't work. It needs to be instantaneous. My guess? It's an old prototype or something. Show a doctor. He might know.
Show her dokter.
Did you know there's a woman here in a coma?
Yeah, a doctor told me they ran some trials on coma patients.
He tell you one of them's Roth's wife?
No shit. He kept that a secret. Wonder what he'll say.
Ja, daar ben ik
I
ook wel
mean,
benieuwd naar,
He
ja.
must have his reasons, right?
I think he has his reasons for all of this.
I'm sure it's nothing bad. Gideon's not that kind of guy. I'll ask him about it later.
There's something wrong with the reactor. I'm getting levels over 500 on the Geiger.
That can't be right.
What would it mean if it was?
Well, we'd have been evacuated for one thing. Just as a precaution, of course. Only prolonged exposure is dangerous. You can safely be around those levels for months.
And if it goes up?
Well, over 10,000 and the door's sealed to prevent leaks, and radiation must drop. Don't worry though, it's not going to happen. Just tell Air Doctor, he'll work it out.
Oké, dus we moeten vragen stellen aan Herr Dokter. We gaan eerst iedereen ondervragen voordat we Roth zelf gaan confronteren. Herr Dokter. Het masker.
Mind if I ask some questions?
Yes, I do mind.
Mind if I ask...
Yes.
Masker.
Hey, I found some kind of mask.
Torn from the ceiling in your room, I bet. If we need to vent the reactor, you wish you hadn't.
They're in all the rooms?
Obviously. They drop down in an emergency.
Oh.
If they're all like this one, then Roth's hidden neural interfaces everywhere. Why would you need to vent the reactor?
We wouldn't. It's just a redundant system.
Oké, we leren dus... Als je tel Hara. Dus die maskers zijn in elke kamer, wordt er gezegd. Hara.
Those masks, they're in every room. According to Klein, they drop down in an emergency.
Huh. Interesting.
That's not all. The mask we found, it does contain a neural interface.
No shit. So what? Everyone puts on the masks, we go back in time together?
Roth could set it up to erase everyone's memory.
Ja.
Everyone except his.
And with that many people, he could go back years.
We'd have to all be wearing them. Then all die at the same time.
That's why he's been messing with reactor levels through his back door. He fakes an emergency, we put the masks on, then he nukes us all.
But why? What's his motive?
Ja, hij wil zijn vrouw redden.
Maybe we should confront him anyway.
No. No, we need the whole picture first.
Just hope we have time.
Nou, hij heeft wel een plan in elk geval. He has the means. Kijk. Motive is natuurlijk zijn vrouw. We gaan hem confronteren.
I opened your hidden room, Roth. Found your little experiment.
Oh, you found her, did you? She was part of a medical trial, that's all.
Bullshit, Roth. She was your wife.
Ah. I thought you might figure it out.
Ja.
That's it? You're keeping your wife captive here.
She is my wife, yes. But you misunderstand. Early on in our research with the phase flip,
Let me guess. There was an accident.
she's been in a coma ever since.
Time to push. Know what I think? I think you put her in that coma.
Ha! Nonsense!
So you'd have her handy for whatever sick experiments you could think of.
Enough!
You must have really hated her.
I loved her! I need her close. That's all.
Well, You have this fabulous machine. Why can't you fix her up?
You think I haven't tried that? I've spent lifetimes researching, trying to undo the damage. I'd do anything to go back, prevent what happened.
What's stopping you?
Do you know how much neural capacity it would take to phase flip that far? And don't you judge me for wanting to. You have your own skeletons, Carter. You'd change things if you could.
So that's your goal? The reason you brought me here? Why I agreed
What
to...
an idiotic notion!
He seems to collect himself. That calm facade had slipped, but now it's back.
I apologize for deceiving you. I just didn't want you to be distracted. What we're building here is not about myself or my wife. It is a gift for everyone.
Bullshit. He's absolutely trying to undo what happened. It's written all over his face. Wonder what Hara will make of this.
Nou, dan hebben we nu dus alles. Motief, means. Zijn plan is om iedereen binnen dit gebouw in één keer dood te maken. Zodat hij lang genoeg terug in de tijd kan gaan.
I think I've finally got Roth pegged. I bring Hara up to speed.
And he said he'd do anything to bring her back?
Right. I got him mighty riled about it.
So that's what drives him then.
Your precious motive.
Motive, sure. But what about means? How's he plan to get her back?
Those masks. If we're all hooked up to the coupler, he'll go back further than ever.
We'd have to all be wearing them. Then all die at the same time.
He fakes an emergency. We put the masks on. Then he nukes us all.
Ja.
Sending him back to change the past. It all fits together. Time we confronted him. That's not good.
All that time getting answers for you. We should have been... Shit. I gotta find Annie.
Cool it, boss. We needed answers. Roth won't blow the reactor until he's ready.
We've gotta stop him.
We get in his way, he'll just phase flip back.
So what do?
We find your sister,
Ja, lijkt me goed.
and we hope we're not too late.
Oh, end of chapter 7. Wij weten het masterplan van Roth. En in de volgende video gaan we dan proberen om er iets aan te doen. Dus dan zou ik zeggen, graag weer tot dan. Joejoe!